A Sudanese judge has sentenced a Christian woman to hang for apostasy, despite appeals by Western embassies for compassion and respect for religious freedom. Born to a Muslim father, the woman was convicted under the Sharia law that has been in force in Sudan since 1983 and outlaws conversions on pain of death. Meriam Yahia Ibrahim Ishag, 27, is 8 months pregnant and married to a Christian national of South Sudan, which broke away in 2011, human rights activists say. We gave you 3 days to recant, but you insist on not returning to Islam. I sentence you to be hanged, Judge Abbas Mohammed al-Khalifa told the woman, addressing her by her father's Muslim name, Adraf al-Hadi Mohammed Abdullah. The judge also sentenced Ishag to 100 lashes for adultery. Under Sudan's interpretation of Sharia, a Muslim woman cannot marry a non-Muslim man, and any such relationship is regarded as adulterous. Ms. Ishag reacted without emotion when the judge delivered the verdict at a court in the Khartoum district of Hajj Yousef. Earlier in the hearing, an Islamic religious leader spoke with her in the caged dock for about 30 minutes. Then she calmly told the judge, I am a Christian and I never committed apostasy. Sudan has a strongly Islamist government, but, other than floggings, extreme Sharia punishments have been rare.
This case has touched a raw nerve in Sudan. According to Amnesty International, Dr. Miriam Yahia Ibrahim, who is 8 months pregnant, was raised as a Christian. But the authorities consider her to be a Muslim. That's because that was the faith of her father. As a result, the court has given her 3 days to recant her Christianity and revert to Islam or be hanged. She was also convicted of adultery on the grounds that her marriage to a Christian man from South Sudan was void under Sudan's version of Islamic law, which says Muslim women cannot marry non-Muslims. Her lawyers are determined to appeal this verdict.
There are legal restrictions that prevent the punishment because she's pregnant. According to the law, no punishment is allowed until she gives birth and breastfeed for 2 years. Our strategy will be to challenge the verdict at the Appeal Court, the Supreme Court, and the Constitutional Court. We had several similar cases, but they were slightly different. The only similar case was that of martyr Mahmoud Muhammad Taha, who did not convert from Islam. His trial was basically a political one. Apart from that, there were those who claimed they were God or something, but no punishment was ever put in place.
Protesters gathered outside the court in Khartoum, both her supporters and those who back the punishment. Mary has a right to be a Christian, says the poster on the left here, and I have the right to choose any religion, says the one to the right.
The problem is that the ruling was a swift one, a death sentence taken so quickly.
This is a new and dangerous phenomenon. In my opinion, this is a kind of missionary. This is the first of a series to prompt apostasy.
There is a long-running debate in Islam whether apostasy is a crime. While death sentences are rarely carried out in Sudan, this case has attracted international concern and calls for the immediate release of Dr. Meriam Yahia Ibrahim. Alex Jacana, BBC News.
After the hearing, about 50 people demonstrated against the verdict. No to executing Meriam, said one of their signs, while another proclaimed, religious rights are a constitutional right. In a speech, one demonstrator said they would continue their protests until she is freed. A smaller group supporting the verdict also arrived, but there was no violence. This is a decision of the law. Why are you gathered here? One supporter asked, prompting an activist to retort, why do you want to execute Meriam? Why don't you bring corruptors to the court? Sudan is widely perceived as one of the most corruption-ridden countries in the world, ranked 174th for its performance by campaign group Transparency International. About 100 people, including Western embassy representatives, were in court to hear the sentence. In a joint statement on Tuesday, 4 embassies expressed deep concern over her case. She was convicted last Sunday but given until today to recant. We call upon the government of Sudan to respect the right to freedom of religion, including one's right to change one's faith or beliefs, the embassies of the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom and the Netherlands said in their statement. That right is included in Sudan's 2005 interim constitution as well as in international human rights law, they said. The embassies urged Sudanese legal authorities to approach Ms. Miriam's case with justice and compassion that is in keeping with the values of the Sudanese people. Amnesty International said Ms. Ishag was raised as an Orthodox Christian, her mother's religion, because her Muslim father was absent. It's not only Sudan. In Saudi Arabia, in all the Muslim countries, it is not allowed at all for a Muslim to change his religion, Information Minister Ahmed Bilal Osman said earlier. Christian Solidarity Worldwide, a British-based group working for religious freedom, said Ms. Ishag's case is the latest among a series of repressive acts against religious minorities in Sudan. It said deportations, the confiscation and destruction of church property, and other actions against Christians have increased since December 2012. But Mr. Osman said there is no oppression of Christians. We are living together for centuries, he said. Deportations have only occurred against activists trying to convert people, which is not allowed, the minister said, adding religious buildings constructed without permits will be knocked down. Even a mosque, you cannot build a mosque without a license. If you build it like that, it will be demolished.